Hello, I'm Janae Tibshirani with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news of better than expected data out of the US. Industrial production in the US rose by the most in 14 months in January. The rise was largely driven by an increase in manufacturing and utilities output, reflecting gains in the output of long-lasting goods, as well as food and chemicals. While these figures are good, manufacturing is not out of the woods yet and will continue to be buffeted by a strong US dollar, weak global demand and lower oil prices. Producer inflation in the US also edged up in January, yet a question mark still hangs over whether it'll push consumer inflation towards the Fed's 2% target. The Producer Price Index was up 0.1% off the back of price increases for machinery and equipment, prices related to securities brokerages and dealing, loan services, apparel and footwear. Energy prices, on the other hand, dropped 5%. Staying in the US, activity on new housing projects fell more than expected, a seasonally adjusted 3.8% in January. Meanwhile, the number of building permits dipped 0.2%, indicating building activity will rebound in coming months. Economists believe the housing market will be one of the bright spots in the US's domestic economy this year, largely due to strong job growth and low interest rates. In other news, Iran is stopping short of offering to restrain oil output as part of a global pact to freeze production to prop up prices. It wants to recapture the market share it lost during the years of sanctions, despite requests from fellow OPEC members to restrict output. Iran's stance will complicate talks on output levels after Russia and Saudi Arabia this week agreed to freeze output at January's historically high levels. Markets have responded well to news of oil leaders coming to some consensus, the US oil price increasing overnight to $31 a barrel. Brent has jumped to just under $35 a barrel. The gold price is fairly stable at $1,210 an ounce. In New York, the benchmark US Treasury 10-year yield is up substantially to 1.84%. Improved risk sentiment has seen the New Zealand dollar strengthen overnight to 66.3 US cents, 92.4 Australian cents and 59.5 euro cents. The New Zealand dollar is also the strongest it's been against the pound since June last year. The TWI is up to 70.9. I'm Janae Tibshirani and that was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.